Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return starts from the 5. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing.
The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Williams. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion. And then really, it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the veteran safety, Kevin Byard. He gets free. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Chicago. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick 6 to make it a 6-0 lead.
And, Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick 6.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Heels of the pick 6. He is intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A 1st down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On 1st down, it's Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Swift.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
2 minutes remaining. 1st half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Third and long. On the bootleg, it's Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And he will score. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Bears.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
These two got it going on. 19 on that connection, and another 1st down. To throw is Mahomes. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Throw, left side, is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed.
That is caught by the tight end, Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, KC.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, he's got Komet. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down. Now Williams. Gonna look deep, looking for more. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum, because so far they've come out hot in this one.
He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them,
and he's in! Keenan Allen! Touchdown, Chicago.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will take a 21-7 lead. Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Going up top. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. To the left side in the hands of Rice. Down the left sideline. And he'll be taken down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Pacheco. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier.
He's got his big tight end. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Butker's extra point is good. And the Chiefs draw closer here. It's 21-14. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Trent McDuffie up from his corner spot there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Swift. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
A gain there of 11. 1st down, Chicago.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, You're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Bears. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's Mahomes. That's hot. It's Xavier Worthy. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow. Get 6, baby. Get 6.
They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
It's a 10-yard loss.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it. And that is incomplete. A little trickery with the fake spike, but it does not pan out.
Some shades of Dan Marino in that vintage play of the fake spike touchdown, but in this case, wasn't nearly as deceptive and wasn't nearly as productive.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
On second down, it's Williams. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. they're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs, that's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Johnson. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal. He'll try to run, and it's Johnson. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. First and 10 for Mahomes. This one, a deep shot for Rice. And the Bears are going to get the football at their own 40.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Give up the middle with Swift. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Williams. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Justin Reed that time with the tight coverage and the good hands.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it. How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. they're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly,
a throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EAMadden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.